On behalf of the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County, I'm happy to welcome you to our virtual spring fundraiser. My name's John Wisnett, and I want to thank you for joining us and being a friend to the Pregnancy Care Center. The Pregnancy Care Center is a Christ-centered ministry who encourages life-affirming services designed to connect with women and men while they're making informed decisions about pregnancy and parenting. Your prayers and support enable the center to serve so many with help and hope. Over the next half hour, you will have a chance to hear from some of the amazing staff and volunteers of the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County and hear from clients that they have served. We hope that this will give you a valuable glimpse into the life-changing work that's happening at the center through your support. Today, you will have the opportunity to partner financially with the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. If you've been wondering how you can make a pro-life impact in our community, donate today. It's a great way to start. Our goal for the spring fundraiser is $20,000. Maybe today you're able to give $50 to the Pregnancy Care Center. Others of you may be able to write a check for $5,000. Either of these gifts will honor God and get us closer to reaching our goal. Some of you may prefer to become monthly donors, giving a regular amount each month rather than a one-time donation today. If 45 people sign up to donate $40 per month, we will exceed our goal. During our time together, please prayerfully consider what God would have you give. At the conclusion of our virtual fundraiser, we will share ways that you can further partner with the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. First, we have the privilege of hearing from a young mom named Lindsay as she shares her testimony of why she volunteers at the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County.
Hi, I'm Lindsay McNeely, and I'm a volunteer with the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. So to tell you a little bit about my story and why I volunteer here, I was 21 years old when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter. I was in college. I was not married. I didn't have a job. The last thing on my mind was starting a family and becoming a mom. And to be honest, I was just scared. So I sought out the local pregnancy care center to get a pregnancy test done that was official. And what I actually found when I walked in the door was what I really needed, and that was hope. I met women who were supportive of me, women who were kind, women who were excited about my pregnancy and who were there to provide me with information that I needed, about resources that I needed, and they were just there to love on me. So I guess you could say the reason why I chose to volunteer for the Pregnancy Care Center is to pay it forward. If I could just be that support for even one woman to help her to realize how exciting the future that she has before her is, or to just come alongside someone who's scared or stressed or doesn't really know what her next few days are going to hold. That is the reason why I come here each week, to meet women in their time of need, to provide the support that I can. The women that work here are just like those same women that I encountered. Are here to support, to love, to encourage, and just to be that partner in each and every woman's life who needs it at a time when things are just unpredictable or scary or, whatever. It may be that you're excited, but you just need someone to come alongside you. And the women here truly do support all the women that walk in. They are able to provide you with resources. We provide a ton of different support for women, not just who are pregnant, but also with young children, women with babies or toddlers. That's such a scary time for any mom, truly. And so they provide education services. They provide materials such as clothes or diapers, baby food, anything that you could want or need. They are here to support you. And so I love this organization. I love the support that they provide, and I love just the feeling that you walk in there is one of encouragement. It's one of love. It's one of no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone, and I love that about the Pregnancy Care Center.
We're so thankful for Lindsay and the many other volunteers like her who choose to give of their time to the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. They value the work being done at the Pregnancy Care Center and want to share in it. Volunteering is a great way to do that, and supporting financially helps meet the needs of the clients whom our volunteers seek to give hope. Next, we will hear from Dr. Hall, who has been partnering with the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County for years. He will share about an important service that we offer called APR. One of our staff members, Amy, will then provide some additional information about the resource. As our nurse manager, Amy, gives our clients a look at the growing life inside them, Dr. Hall and Amy will be followed by an anonymous testimony from our first APR client. The incredible personal story she shares was made reality in part by the financial gifts of people like you. Your generosity helps us provide APR and ultrasounds at no cost to our clients.
I became medical director for the PCC in 1998 and have been since that time. I basically serve in a support capacity to the center, and sometimes in an advisory capacity as we've increased the medical clinic offerings. And I review the ultrasounds and make sure that everything is in order. APR stands for Abortion Pill Reversal. And over the last several years, the abortion technology has changed from more of a surgical procedure to a medical procedure. It's cleaner in a sense, at least to the abortion providers. And basically, the way a medical termination works is a patient is given 2 drugs. The first drug is mifepristone, which is basically an anti-progesterone medication. And progesterone is the hormone of pregnancy, progesterone. And so the anti-progesterone basically starves the pregnancy of its hormonal fuel, of its hormonal stimulation, which originates in the mom, and it blocks that. And then most of the time, the pregnancy is terminated at that point. And the second drug is provided called misoprostol, which is a uterotonic drug, which means that it causes the uterus to constrict and expel the pregnancy from the womb. So with APR, we have a lot of women who will take the first drug and then almost instantly feel guilt, or they'll be scared, or they'll reach out and search for, oh my goodness, what did I do? And they'll have misgivings. And the APR network is available, and it's a 1-800 number, and there are different APR providers throughout the country. We have a couple here in North Carolina. We're one of them. And basically, we're connected with those individuals. And we talk with them about the option of taking progesterone to try to overcome that first medication. We have to be honest with them. It doesn't always work, but we have certainly seen success. And so as a center, then we follow those pregnancies closely to be sure that it works or it doesn't, and we support the mom either way. One of the things that I feel very strongly about with our PCC is that the first goal is to present the gospel. That's the most important thing. So regardless of what happens with the pregnancy, the gospel is presented to those individuals. I think Amy and I both feel that way, that's our goal, is to live the gospel by how we deal with them in a very vulnerable moment.
Hi, my name is Amy Camp, and I'm the nurse manager at PCCOB. Have you ever been under immense pressure, scared, or even terrified? Have you ever wished you had a second chance to make a better decision? I certainly have. All throughout Scripture, God is showing mercy and redemption to men and women, David, Peter, and Rahab, just to name a few. Isn't it a relief that we serve a God of second chances, and third, and fourth, and on and on? A second chance is exactly what Abortion Pill Reversal provides to the young woman who has started a chemical abortion. A chemical, or sometimes called a medical abortion, is the use of 2 medications up to 10 weeks of pregnancy, and sometimes longer, to abort or end the pregnancy. This method accounts for 54% of the abortions in the United States every year, and that percentage continues to grow with the new FDA approval of these medications by mail. One of the many problems with at-home self-administered chemical abortion is the further along in pregnancy when this occurs, the greater chance of the passage of an identifiable tiny baby. So many women are experiencing almost immediate regret after taking the first medication in the clinic. They go home and start searching the internet for a way to stop the abortion. That is where they find Option Line, operated by Heartbeat International. Hundreds of calls come in every month to Option Line for help. These clients are connected to a nurse who explains the reversal process and answers her questions. She is then connected to a local provider who is providing the reversal treatment. The rate of successful reversal is approximately 68%. This treatment was first used in 2007 by Dr. Matt Harrison, a family practitioner from North Carolina, after a patient came to his clinic desperate to save her pregnancy. Today, there are over 3,000 babies and counting who have been born after successful abortion pill reversal. In February 2021, PCCOB added abortion pill reversal to our services with the help of Dr. Hall. At this time, we are one of the only providers of APR west of Charlotte. We have assisted with 5 clients with reversal, and the first baby saved by APR was born in November 2021. By providing reversal, we are able to meet her where she is, in need of a second chance. Our hope is that by offering APR at our center, there will be no young woman in North Carolina that is denied that second chance.
I found out March 25th, 4 days before my birthday. It was odd just because I was on birth control, like the pill. I didn't think that I could get pregnant. And then he started wondering if we should get an abortion. We didn't really have anything planned out, and I didn't really have a job set up. Not a good one. Not enough to support 3 people. That was sad. But we did go to the place, and I did take the first pill. While I was there, it just felt bad. It felt really bad. Because they said I could take the pills whenever I got home. That would fully abort the baby. Whenever I got out into the car, then it just kind of hit me that I didn't really want to do away with the situation because I don't believe in it. And it's not right of me to not believe in it, but then be like, oh, I don't want to deal with it whenever it's my situation. I didn't want to hate myself every morning waking up mentally unhealthy. That was the same day that I called you guys. And then I got put on the progesterone pills for about 2 or 3 months. But then hearing her heartbeat was the best thing ever. It's probably hard to put into words. It's magical. It was a relief that it was there. She didn't have any problems. Super healthy. Found out she was a girl at 12 weeks. And she's a joy too. Probably the best decision of my life is being a mama.
What a powerful story. The Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County counts on your generosity to provide these valuable services at no cost to our clients. With a $1,000 donation, we can provide the abortion pill reversal medication and a series of ultrasounds to a mother who has changed her mind and would like to choose life for her child. In addition to the APR services, the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County provides additional services to hundreds of clients each year. And these efforts don't stop after these babies are delivered. The Pregnancy Care Center builds relationships with these clients. They guide and support these parents through the early years of parenthood, and they love seeing their little ones grow and thrive. Next, we will hear from Monique. Monique is one of the Pregnancy Care Center's many beloved clients who have been afforded a wide variety of services at the center offered through the support of caring pro-life community members. It is truly an honor to serve Monique and so many others like her. And when you donate, you become a part of many powerful stories of hope like the one you're about to hear.
My name is Monique Presson, and I have 3 children. My oldest child is 18, and I have a middle child that's 15, and my youngest is 2.5 years old. So the whole age range. I've got the terrible teens and the terrible twos going on at the same time, but it's all in love and a learning experience and enjoying those moments as a family. So I started receiving services from the Pregnancy Care Center originally with my second child. I learned about the services when I was pregnant with him. I learned that I could get a free pregnancy test and just services that could help me throughout my pregnancy, diapers and wipes and clothes. They offered parenting type classes and also spiritual groups that I was a part of. And not too long before my son was born, I decided to get baptized again. I had before, but I decided to rededicate my life. The program director had come to my church to support me during that time, and it was just really humbling to have support from the Pregnancy Care Center just throughout my whole pregnancy during that time. I know that others could benefit from those same services as well. They go above and beyond to meet you where you're at.
Stories like this are happening every week at the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. The center offers help and hope to women in need, day in and day out. Christ compels us, and we're grateful to people like you who support us with your gifts, your prayers, and your support. Every dollar you give plays a role in our ability to come alongside women with compassionate care and stable support that can help them see life as an option. I'm pleased to now get to introduce to you our keynote speaker, Miranda Bauman. Miranda is the Executive Director of the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County. She cares deeply about each of the individuals who walk through the door of the Pregnancy Care Center and is committed fully to providing them not only with needed services, but also with the most compassionate care. Today, she will share how the Pregnancy Care Center has seen God move in our community these last few years, and about her hope for clients and volunteers alike. We will hear why she invites you to come alongside the Pregnancy Care Center of Burke County with your support to help sustain and grow their impact.
On January 22, 1973, the Supreme Court case Roe v. Wade legalized abortion in every state in America. Since then, roughly 60 million lives have been lost to abortion. 60 million. However, something you may not know is that according to the Guttmacher Institute, there were almost just as many illegal abortions happening on an annual basis before 1973 as there are legal abortions happening on an annual basis now, roughly 50 years later. If I'm being honest though, this fact isn't very surprising. You see, society addresses abortion as a national and political issue, but we believers know better, don't we? Pregnancy centers like ours have long understood that the issue of abortion is actually one of relational and spiritual concern. Rollin Warren, the president and CEO of CareNet, a national pro-life and pregnancy resource center help network, once made the statement, "A woman doesn't want an abortion like she wants a new Porsche. A woman wants an abortion like an animal caught in a trap wants to gnaw off its own leg." Some people aren't pleased to hear that my main goal as the director of a pregnancy care center is not to make abortion illegal. Don't get me wrong, I do believe that life is worth fighting for, but my mission is not a political one. My mission, much like the one of your church, is a mission of grace. I don't lobby lawmakers.
Making abortion illegal is not an attainable goal for me, but what is an attainable goal is to make abortion feel unnecessary in our community. That's where change starts. But how in the world do we begin to do that? It's my belief that if we need to know how to do something, we should look to Jesus and see how he did it. While abortion isn't clearly mentioned in the scriptures, we are introduced to a woman who has much in common with our clients at the PCCOB. In all three synoptic gospels, we meet a woman whose name we do not know. We only know her by her problem. In Luke's account of this woman, we read in chapter 8, a woman suffering from bleeding for 12 years, who had spent all she had on doctors and yet could not be healed by any, approached from behind. Not only does this woman have a physical problem, but she's also spent her livelihood and exhausted every effort to find healing, only to be disappointed by every village doctor and healer that she saw. Not only was she suffering physically and financially, she's also likely suffering emotional and relational consequences. You see, in this time, if a woman was bleeding, she was considered to be unclean. And if you touched a woman who was unclean, you became unclean yourself. So, in an effort to help those around her, this unnamed woman would have to proclaim her presence by shouting, "Unclean, unclean," as she walked by a crowd. She likely is feeling desperate, isolated, hopeless, until she hears that Jesus is nearby. Verse 44 of that same chapter says, she approached Jesus from behind and touched his robe. Some translations say that she touched the tassel on his garment. Now, I'm not a biblical scholar, so I don't know which translation is more correct, but I do love the imagery of there being a tassel on the end of Jesus's cloak. And just at the last moment, when others may have thought it was too late because he had already passed by, she reaches out and grabs a hold of him. When she does grab a hold of the tassel on his cloak, Jesus stops. And I imagine her entire world stopped with him. In an instant, she is healed in every way, physically, emotionally, and relationally. Much like the woman with the issue of blood, we see clients in our center every day who are struggling with very real problems. If a woman facing an unplanned pregnancy were to walk into a church or a Christian ministry like ours, she may feel the need to shout, "Unclean, unclean." She may be feeling desperate, isolated, and maybe even hopeless until she hears that Jesus is nearby. When you support the PCCOB, you are providing the opportunity for a tassel-grabbing moment every single day. I'm sure that it's no surprise to you that the COVID pandemic brought about a lot of difficulty for our clients, for our churches, our businesses, and our community as a whole. But I am so excited to share with you that though we have seen difficulty, at the Pregnancy Care Center, we have seen firsthand God moving mightily in Burke County. In the last 2 years, we have seen 594 individual clients. 594 people have walked through our door looking for something: a pregnancy test, help in making a pregnancy decision, needing help with diapers, wipes, or baby formula. Whatever it is that they came looking for, that was 594 different opportunities that we had to present a tassel from Jesus's clothing. 594 different opportunities to offer hope, healing, and abundant life. Because of support from our community, we were able to encourage 594 people by telling them it's not too late. Jesus is nearby. As you heard Amy and Dr. Hall discussing, in 2021, we began offering a service called APR, Abortion Pill Reversal. You also got to hear the story of our very first APR client who several months after coming to the PCCOB gave birth to a beautiful and healthy baby. By offering women the proper medication and a series of ultrasounds at no cost to them, we have the distinct honor of giving these women a second chance. We get to tell them Jesus isn't too far away. Another incredible service that we have been able to add to our ministry since the beginning of the COVID pandemic is a Bible study called Save One. This is a study specifically for those who have been abortion wounded. We have separate tracks for women who have had an abortion, men who are the fathers of an aborted child or children, and then another called The Ripple Effect for anyone who has been wounded by the pain of abortion, be that a grandparent of an aborted child or even someone who drove their friend to an abortion clinic in an effort to help, but later regrets feeling like they had a hand in it. Here's what the Lord has taught me while working with and learning about post-abortive families. Oftentimes, there is a lot of guilt and shame associated with a past abortion. Statistically speaking, 1 in 4 women has had an abortion. So it may be that you are watching this video relating to our unnamed woman in an entirely different way. Maybe the unplanned pregnancy didn't make you feel like shouting, "Unclean, unclean!" But that abortion, that did. My prayer for you, if you are post-abortive, is that you have found healing in Jesus. He doesn't want shame for you. But in case you're here and you haven't found healing, let me encourage you. Not only does God desire to heal your wounds and dissolve your shame, but the very thing that brought you shame, He can use for His glory. In the 14th chapter of Matthew, a few chapters after Matthew's account of our unnamed woman, and immediately after Jesus and Peter walk on the water, we read, "When they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized Him, they sent out into all that surrounding region, brought to Him all who were sick, and begged Him that they might only touch the hem of His garment. And as many as touched it were made perfectly well." Do you know why they wanted to touch His garment? I searched through several different biblical commentaries, expecting to find some sort of cultural significance about touching the robe of a rabbi or something like that. But no, most Bible scholars believe that our unnamed woman's story has spread. And these men heard her testimony and they thought to themselves, if Jesus did it for her, He can do it for me. Suddenly, she stopped being known as the woman with the issue and became known as the woman with the victory. And these men didn't just hear about this woman, they received their own healing. God wants to use the very thing that brought you shame to bring hope and healing to His people, all for His glory. So, if you're watching today and you're going through a difficulty, I want to remind you that Jesus is nearby. Grab a hold of the tassel. And if you're watching and you're still living in shame because of something you've done or something that was done to you, Jesus isn't too far away. Grab a hold of the tassel. And if you're watching and you have found hope and healing in Him, He wants to use your story for His glory. Grab a hold of the tassel and get ready to share it.
During the past half hour, you have heard staff, volunteers, and client testimonials. And now we want to give you an opportunity to share a tassel, as Miranda said. An immediate way to share a tassel is to partner with us at the Pregnancy Care Center. You can do that in a few different ways. The first way is to donate your finances. To make a donation using cash or check, please fill out a pledge sheet. Attach your donation and turn it into your party host. Or to make a donation with a card or electronic transfer, please visit pccobpartners.com/donate and click the Donate Now button to give online. Second, you can share a tassel by volunteering your time. Pretty soon, the Pregnancy Care Center will have a brand new mobile medical unit that will operate as a second location. The center will need more volunteers to accommodate the increase in clients that we will surely see. Last and above all, you can pray. Pray for our staff and volunteers. Pray for our clients. And pray for those babies born every month who are directly impacted by your giving. Thank you so much for joining us for our annual Spring Fundraiser. We hope you've enjoyed this time together. We look forward to seeing what God does with your generosity throughout the year.